1, 2, 3. Hi, I'm Maya. I'm a foreigner living in Nepal with my Nepali husband and my son. Today I decided to do a very different video. I interview foreigners and I ask them why in Nepal. Thank you so much for accepting this interview, Juha. Where are you from?
Well, I come from Finland, from
Finland.
Europe. Yeah, I come from a small village called Pispas.
I am from France, from nearby Orléans, in the center of France.
So I was born and grew up in the UK.
UK,
in Manchester.
Okay. Manchester.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm from South Korea.
Okay.
Very south area.
South area. Okay, that's nice.
Name is Busan.
So what brought you to Nepal and how long have you been here?
What brought me to Nepal first? I think it was my parents. That was 1976. So my father is a medical doctor, retired now. My mother is a music teacher, and they came here as missionaries with an organization from Finland, but they all came under one organization here in Diakonia. So basically working in the hospital, and so the family came here, and we spent 2 years. But then I have come after that 2 years 4 times here because of work purposes. So maybe 10 years total.
10 years in total.
So I've been in Nepal for 10 years now. I came first in 2012, and I came for my internship for my master degree.
Oh.
And actually, I chose Nepal as a destination because I was really attracted by the mountains. For me, you know, the Himalayas sounded very, very attractive, very exotic. I had, you know, the highest mountains of the world. I wanted to feel the, you know, that feeling of adventure, of wilderness, something a bit inaccessible, you know, of strong nature. I was also attracted by the culture of people, you know, the way of life in the mountains.
Okay.
And what is funny is that I ended up doing my internship in Nepal, but in Nepalganj, which is which is actually not really in the mountains, you know, it's one of the hottest and lowest place of the country. So in my mind, I already had the idea that I wanted to stay. Wow. And so I already started looking for opportunities, you know, to stay longer for a job. The year after, in January 2013, that I came back. I was lucky. I got a job with a Swiss NGO. They were looking for someone at that time. I knew already Nepal a little bit, so very quickly I came back to Nepal.
In 2012, I went to Tibet for the first time. Now you're probably wondering why the connection with Tibet, but anyway, it was my first time in Himalayas. It was my first time in this region, and I saw Everest twice from the Tibet side. And then I thought, okay, I should see it from the Nepal side. So 2018, I joined a small group to go to Everest Base Camp. And it was an amazing experience, and I just totally fell in love with the place. 2018, 2019, I came several times. And then 2020, I came January 24, intending to stay for 2 months. 2 months. And I didn't leave Nepal until December because of COVID. And gradually over time I shifted from a tourist to being a kind of a resident, as you know. A friend I already had as a brother became my partner. So we kind of supported each other a lot, and it turned out so good.
First time I came to Nepal 2019.
Okay.
And because I have the project from our before the company. Company name is the Hard Rock Cafe, an American franchise restaurant. I'm the opening chef over there.
Okay.
And after pandemic, little delay, and I came back again 2021, last year, March.
Okay.
And finished the project is last year.
So what do you do in Nepal?
Well, now I'm the country director for a Finnish organization called Film Nepal. So Finnish Evangelical Lutheran Mission, basically Church of Finland. And because that's not just the church, it's also part of the government. So working for an INGO from Finland in Nepal.
So my background is in agroeconomics, and I have been working in agro development sector for quite some time now. But more recently, 4 years ago, I opened a restaurant. The name is Raitane, and I opened that with 2 Nepali friends, Prashant and Jason. So that was 4 years ago. So yeah, running this restaurant has been a big adventure as well, quite challenging because I'm not from a business or an enterprise background, you know, so it was all new for me, and yeah. And even more recently, I started a very small bakery.
Yeah. Very, very good. I'm waiting.
Thank you. I'm saying very small because it's a very small production. The place is very small and it's still a bit confidential so far. But yeah, I love bread. I love good bread. So I'm trying to promote that also in Nepal.
Very nice bread. So it's called Tera Tsempa.
It's called Tera Tsempa, yeah.
I volunteer twice a year at Kakchode Monastic School in Kagbeni. It's both a monastic school and now also they have a Muslim Buddhist college. So I'm committed to going twice a year for 1 month each time to teach. And I have 2 Lama godsons there, official sons who I sponsor. I'm writing a book, and yes, once lockdown started, and I literally knew I was going to be trapped in my guest house for like 22 hours a day. So I thought, okay, when I go out in my morning walk, I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to document what's happening in Tamil. And it gave me something to do that I felt was going to be useful.
Yeah.
So it's, I wish I could have finished it earlier, but it was a long process. I had hoped end of year publication, but maybe early next year is going to be more feasible. It takes time.
After I finished the company project, and I just thought this Nepal market is very nice for the making the food, because Nepal have every restaurant is have every same food, like, and they are selling about the multi cuisine. And I thinking the Korean food and then the consistency about the food, if I can managing in Nepal, I can show it to the market, to the people. This is Korean food, and I want to show it to continue little more. And also I can see the future in the Nepal.
Oh, wow.
Very challenge, but I think it's Nepal market is very nice.
Okay. So your restaurant is if I'm pronouncing wrong. Gimbapgo. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I'm going to try soon, actually.
Yes, please.
What are the pros and cons to live in Nepal?
That's a long one. That's a very long one. But for me, it's like the same pros and cons as what you would have if you feel a place as your home. You know, home is never perfect. You always can see something is not working well, or you know, like, oh, the kitchen sink is giving me a hard time, or the heating is not good, you know. So still it's home. You feel very strong feelings about the place. So it's a feeling, you'll feel home. So that's a pro. I feel home here.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Whenever I come, I feel home. And the cons are like many, because the system doesn't work well. Bureaucracy is a lot. There's corruption. There's pollution. Pollution is one of the biggest things that I see in Nepal.
It's a good question. So I'll start with the pros. There are many. I mean, for me, yeah, I said I was attracted by the mountain, but finally what made me stay in Nepal was really the people. I find Nepali people very, very friendly, very welcoming with foreigners, always willing to adopt you somehow, you know, to make you part of their own world and to their own family. I find my routine in Kathmandu, very exciting. You know, I never get bored. There is always something happening in the street, always nice interaction with the people, you know, people smiling, people joking. And yeah, I find also Kathmandu and Nepal quite fascinating in terms of culture. It's very diverse. It's very, there are a lot of things. And when you come with a Western background, it makes you think a lot also, you know, about your own belief, your own way of life. So this, I find it interesting. Sometimes it can be very, I mean, yeah, very, make you think a lot. And I like that, you know, that it challenges you somehow. The nature, the mountains, like the mountains, but not only the hills, even the lowland. It's nice because it's very diverse. So when you go out of Kathmandu, there are so many places. It's not a very big country, but there are a lot of things to go. I love trekking. I love hiking. So yeah.
So what about the cons?
The cons. So I have, the cons. The biggest ones, I think, for me is the noise. Especially by living in Kathmandu, I think sometimes it can be a bit too much, and it's something I was not really. That was not so much disturbing at the beginning, but the more I go, maybe the more I get older, also, like it disturbed me more. You know, the noise. I live in a quiet place, but now it's becoming also more noisy because people are, there are constructions going everywhere. So I think it's important in Kathmandu to create a space which is a bit more silent, and also, I mean, at least for me, so I can resource myself. So yeah, the noise, the traffic, you know, when you go out, the traffic, yeah, sometimes it can be too much. The pollution, of course, yeah. The pollution as a
in Kathmandu, especially.
Yeah, I'm a bit of solitary person, you know. I need to have time on my own, and it's true that at the beginning sometimes I was having difficulties to make people understand that because in Nepal it's a very traditional society and people are used to doing things always together, to spend a lot of time together, and they don't have the same relation, I think, to private space, to and for me at the beginning, yeah, I was also living with families, and I like to do things on my own, not necessarily eat all together, not necessarily go for a walk together, you know, this kind of thing. Now it's better though, because also I guess I'm more confident also to say when I don't want or when I want, you know, and I have a place where I live on my own. So
big question.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the pros first. That's probably the easiest. The climate. After living in Thailand for so long, I found the heat seemed to get worse every year. So when I come to Nepal, yes, it has a long monsoon season, but it's not that hot, you know, and I just love the cooler days that are starting now.
Oh yeah.
It's just my dream climate now.
Oh yeah?
Yes. The mountains.
Yeah.
The mountains, you know, I just catch a glimpse even of Ganesh Himal from Kathmandu, and like, oh, the mountains are there, you know. I can never ever tire. The culture, the vibrancy, the colours, you know. It seems that there's some festival or some activity every day, you know, wherever you go, there's something happening. And the way the religions mix so seamlessly. You know, you get Buddhists going to pray in Hindu temples and Hindus going to pray in Buddhist temples. And when, you know, so much strife and so much war is caused by religion. And then when I see it here, I know it's not a perfect blend, I know there are some problems, but basically there's so much harmony.
Yes.
And I love that. The negative points, difficult. I find it sometimes difficult because it's such a male-dominated society. I find the dual pricing system
That is
very annoying.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, another negative point is the lack of, what do I call a system, you know? Things that look so simple actually become so complicated. I mean, the Nepali word that I probably use most of all is optera, because everything becomes so crazily mixed and confused, and why, you know, why? And the infrastructure, you know.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's like, it's unbelievable to me that from Kathmandu to Pokhara is only 200 kilometers.
Yes.
It's the main tourist and goods route in Nepal. And if you're lucky, it takes 8 hours. If you're very, very lucky, if you're not lucky, it's 10, 12, 12. Sometimes even 24 hours if there's landslides.
Oh yeah.
You know?
First, I can say good thing, a lot of good thing, but people very nice. People very lovely, kindly. They very helpful, and people all the time smiling in Nepal. And also a lot in like South Korean and a lot of country, too much competition, and then they are like fighting each other a lot in the society, right? Because they need to success. In Nepal, the people very kindly, lovely, helpful, and all the times they are happy and then kindly to everybody, especially to the tourists also.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I choose to living in Nepal.
Oh.
And some point like difficult living in Nepal, like for example, I opened a restaurant and a lot of the product I cannot find in Nepal because import very hard. That's why it's a lot of market I cannot see the good product from to the import.
Oh yeah.
Like for example, is if we look for the seafood, it's very difficult find the seafood in Nepal, right? And here is have the religion Hindu, so we cannot using the beef because we need to respect. Yeah. So I will try to find the local product item market. What is possible I can make in the food. That's why I opened the restaurant. Mostly 99%, 98% our restaurant food is from the local market.
Okay.
Very fresh, and the local market is have because I using a lot of vegetable.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. Authentic South Korean food. But with local ingredients at the same time.
Yeah.
So what do you miss about home, about Finland?
Well, I guess I miss the things that I always ask people to bring from Finland. So one is the rye bread. You know, you don't get good dark bread here, only white, and we feel like this is a problem. You don't get good cheese, apart from some of the very special cheese that, for example, some of my friends here, Francois and others, are doing. But still, you feel like the Finnish cheese is also something that you sometimes miss. Salmiakki, which is the salty licorice, which is a candy. Smoked fish in general. I think here the fish is not always cooked in the way that I would like to do. Food items. Then I feel that, of course, I miss the clean air. We come from a country which is one of the cleanest air in the world. But that is definitely one thing that I miss. And the possibility to just, even from the city center, to go enter the forest. That feeling, you know, here you have to take 1 or 2 hours drive before you even reach to the forest. But often those are also full of crowdy, a lot of houses, also rubbish. We don't like that plastic bags are hanging out in the forest. So I miss that clean nature. I miss the water, lakes, seas, rivers, and most importantly, I miss my family, my children and my dear ones. But they're not all in Finland, so it's like some of them are in different countries.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh my God. All nomads, like.
A little bit nomads, yeah.
My family, my friends, so the people mostly. I miss some places as well. So my hometown, which is quiet, you know, some places in the countryside that we used to go since I am a kid that I'm really attached to. Even though I can't say I miss that too much because I'm quite lucky. In general, I go back to France at least once or twice a year. Okay. So I get to, I get to see people, I get to see my friends. they have been coming also to see me. So for me, it's important to keep a strong connection with friends, you know. So and so far I've been able to do that. And sometimes I do miss the feeling of just the feeling of being home. I think the feeling of being in my home country, you know, of not being a foreigner.
Oh yeah.
I think foreigner has a lot of advantage, but sometimes it's also nice not to be seen as a foreigner, and to be surrounded by your own citizen, to feel at home. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I do have nostalgic moments, and most of them are associated with childhood memories or family memories. Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, I think last Christmas was probably the first Christmas since I left the UK that I didn't cry. Yeah. But last Christmas actually I didn't, and when I tried to analyse it, I was thinking, yeah, maybe it's because now I have a real home.
Yeah.
Certain tastes also. I love a Harvey's Bristol cream sherry, which you can almost never find here. And when I do have a sip of it, it's like, I'm in the UK again, you know. But mainly I'm okay. I do miss certain things, friends also. I've been lucky that I've kept in touch, even with some high school friends who are still in touch.
Who is missing a lot? But actually, I'm already outside country very long time, because I was working at the Hard Rock Cafe, and I opened 11 restaurants in the world. So I go to China, I go Japan, I go Singapore, Philippines.
Wow.
Even including Kathmandu. Now, actually, I came here because people in my company, Hard Rock Cafe, they asking me help for to open the Hard Rock Cafe in Laos.
Okay.
Yes, I just came.
Okay. So it's been
and
long
for me, for me, it's I'm missing country because my friend over there, my family over there. Also, sometimes I'm missing the very nice Korean food.
Oh yeah.
But I'm happy living in Nepal also.
Have you made friends with expats, or do you mix with locals? Mainly with locals or expats?
Both. Because of the work, I think the expat community is close. Many of them are here because of their own work, and so of course that unites us. Then the Finnish embassy people, they are my friends because they represent my country, and we do many things together, both professionally as also sometimes like outside, you know, informally, not like just as friends. But Nepali friends are very much into my heart. I have a lot of different age groups, friends from Nepal, and they are nice because whenever you go out and you come back and you just send a message in, let's say, Facebook, immediately you can see, oh, hello, Juha, welcome back. Let's meet tomorrow. Let's meet the day after tomorrow. And so the friendship continues immediately. And it's going on. So they are strong relationships. They're like family members in that sense.
In general, I'm more with Nepalese, but I would. Now it's both. I started during my first years. I was really willing to dive into the Nepali culture, and I was really looking for to be surrounded by Nepalese. Little by little, I have met more expats also. So I think now it's a mix. I have very good Nepali friends, very good expat friends, and I think I like that balance, you know.
In as much as I've never actively sought out the friendship of other expats. If I meet them in some social context, like I've met you, and then it's meaningful, then yes, I'm happy to be friends, but not just, okay, you're another Brit, so I have to be friends with you. I've never followed that ideal at all. So I have a few expat friends here, and I have local friends also, and it's not based on race or nationality or age or gender or anything. It's just if I feel that some link, some vibe, then I'm more than happy to call them a friend.
Actually, normally it's making the friend is local people because I'm working with the local people.
Yeah.
But sometimes I met the ambassador and something people who came from outside, airline people, and just mix. But regularly I will have the meeting and outside enjoy together with the local team.
Okay, okay. Do you speak Nepali?
थोरै मात्रै तर एकदम complicated so I don't really, because I don't need to in my daily work, and people in Kathmandu, even my Nepali friends, they love to speak in English, which is not, in my opinion, the best, but you know, because the English speaking world or community is strong here, then I have not been able to really utilize my Nepali, and so it's weak, but I understand more than I speak.
I speak Nepali, but I think I could do better. You know, I've been in Nepal for 10 years. I progressed a lot at the beginning. I had good teacher, and I was practicing a lot. I was staying more in villages also, you know, that help. In village, people speak less English. Now I'm kind of stagnant, you know. I have reached a level, but I'm stagnant. So it's a level where I can have nice regular conversations, you know, basic conversation, but it's not a level that allow me to have a very detailed conversation about a particular topic. For example, I see with my business partner, when we discuss about business, I understand the general talk, but if we talk in Nepali, then I can't understand the detail, and then I ask to switch in English, you know. That might be one of my objectives, you know, to improve my Nepali. Yeah.
I think it's because of the circumstances. Actually, I get so angry with myself. I speak Thai fluently. I speak Japanese, fairly well. Why am I struggling with Nepali? I don't quite understand, but I think it's a lot to do with my lifestyle.
Okay.
In Thailand, I was working, I was teaching. In Japan, I was working, I was going out and mixing every day. Most of my time in Nepal has been spent under lockdown, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So very few chances to mix with locals.
Early. But actually, I cannot speak. But sometimes, yes, I can hear, can understand, but I cannot speak.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. I try to learn. Maybe I will go to the school, language school, soon.
Oh, yeah. So, do you plan to stay in Nepal in the future?
Definitely yes. I mean, easy answer is yes. I plan, but that's up to the government, how long I can stay. As long as I have free access, or I'm invited by the government based on the visas, I'm really happy to be here or visit, you know. So whether it is like long or short term, it's irrelevant. It's more like reading. So, you know, definitely this is not going to be my last time or moment in Nepal. Part of my heart is always in Nepal.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, thank you so much for accepting this, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for asking me to be part of this.
No, thank you.
All the best.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I think so. I think so. Now I'm more comfortable saying so. Before, and I find it sometimes difficult to think long term. And I always wanted to keep the door open. I was thinking, as long as I'm good in Nepal, I will stay. If one day I miss too much home, or I want another adventure somewhere else, I will move. So the door is always open, but it's true that after 10 years, I still enjoy Nepal the same. I have very good friends. Now my boyfriend is also Nepali. So you know that, all this make me really feel Nepal like a second home.
Yeah.
And probably I can see myself in the future in Nepal.
So welcome back soon. Huh?
Thank you, Maya. Yeah.
Yes. It's an enormous leap of faith in some ways, you know, having never believed I would move from Thailand again, you know. In my case, I feel that Nepal is where I belong. And then, you know, yes, bring what I can, but other things just, let them go.
Yeah.
Let them go. But I believe it's where I'm meant to be.
Yes.
So, yes, I'm staying here. Yes.
Nice. Thank you so much for your time, Lesley.
You're most welcome, Maya. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Me too. Thank you.
Yes, my plan, it can. I want to continue restaurant, not only one shop. I want to open the 10, 20 restaurant in Nepal.
Okay.
And yeah, I want to see the future, how I can manage. And also, I think it's in Nepal, if I can manage with the good team and no any problem with do the business and then living together with the people. My plan is I continue living in Nepal and try to open the restaurant.
Okay. So you telling like you have one for the moment, and you want to open like a branch of restaurants, right?
Yeah, not only kimbap. Next time shop I will open the different food and open maybe in Tamer or even different the area location. Even I want to go open the Pokhara. I'm willing to. And because the market is actually ready for accept the Korean food. And even not Korean food, if I'm making the different cuisine nicely and nice service and the consistency, I think Nepal people like.
Yeah, because you are a chef, so I guess you have a wide range of cuisines to offer.
And also I learn a lot of
and living everywhere. That's very nice.
Yeah, I learned a lot of things when I opened the Hard Rock Cafe in Kathmandu.
Yes,
I saw a lot of the outside the Kathmandu, and also I met a lot of the supplier and people. I think it's very nice experience, and I want to continue get the experience in Nepal.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. How was it? For me, it was very interesting to know why foreigners are choosing to live in Nepal and to stay in Nepal. Okay, see you next time.